A very good morning, my dear children. We have started with the 13th chapter, The Adventures of Gulliver. We are going to continue with that chapter, page number 30. Gulliver attempts to pull free. After pulling very hard, I got one arm up from the ground. I was trying to pull up myself, and in that case, one of my arm got up. I also raised my head. You can see the picture down if you have opened the textbook. He's trying to raise his head also up. This gave me a great pain. It was paining me a lot, for many of the hairs were pulled out. Many of the hair were pulled out. It was stuck over there. I put out my hand to catch some of the little men. I tried to catch some of the men, but they ran away before I could close my hand on them. But they ran very fast before I could catch them in my palm. Then I heard a noise and felt a pricking in my hand like that of 1,000 needles. Then what happened? But they ran away and I could close my. Then I heard a noise which felt like a prickling. Pricking means something was toaste mala in my hand, like that of 1,000 needles. 1,000 needles, something was poking me or pricking me. I found that they were shooting arrows at me. Then he saw that they were shooting what? Arrows at him. Who? At Gulliver. Who was shooting? Lilliputans. I was afraid for my eyes. Gulliver said, I was afraid of my eyes. If any of that arrow goes into my eyes, what will happen? I put my hand over my face. I put what? My hand over my face. After this, I thought that the wisest thing to do was to lie quite still till night. What did he thought? That after this, I thought that the wisest thing, the great thing I could do is to lie quiet till night. Ratriparant asal झोपायचं. I thought then, my hand being free, I could quickly set free the rest of my body. Then he thought, if my hand is free, I could quickly set or free myself or my whole body. Soon a platform was raised, an important looking man giving a long speech. Now soon I could see there was a platform which was ready, and one of an important looking man gave a long speech. Someone gave a very long speech. From his gestures, that is from his facing, I guess that he was trying to tell me that they would not harm me. From their wordings, from their gestures means from their faces, I can guess that they were telling that they will not harm me, that they will not trouble me, they will beat me, they will not beat me. If I did as they told that we are not going to harm you, as though what we are telling you have to listen to that. I too replied with the gestures that I would remain quiet. With my gestures, that means with my eyes, with my facing, I said that I'll remain quiet. I also told them that I was hungry. Then what is telling? I told them that I was hungry. Now just see here. Gulliver eats a giant meal. What food do they bring to him? At once, 100 men climbed up onto my body. What happened? 100 of the people climbed on his body and marched up to my mouth, and they came right up to my mouth, carrying food. All the food they were carrying up, and they were coming from my body till my mouth. So I ate 2 or 3 loaves at a time, and cries of surprise rose from the Lilliputans that I should eat slowly and so much. Now what happened? When they used to feed me, I used to take 2 or 3 loaves of bread at a time, and the Lilliputans used to shout. They used to give a great surprise that he's eating three pieces of bread at a time. And they said I should eat so quickly and so much. Now he said, the Lilliput said, you must eat very quickly and very much. The Lilliputans were no longer afraid of me. Now these Lilliputans, they were not afraid of me. Who? Of the Gulliver. They danced upon my body and ran to and fro. Now these Lilliputans, they were moving on my body here and there, here and there. I could have caught at least 40 of them. I could catch at least 40 of them in my hands and throw them down. But I remembered, I promised to remain quiet. Indeed, I was surprised at the bravery, for I must have seemed the greatest giant in the world. Now what he is telling? What is the Gulliver telling? But I remembered my promise to remain quiet. He said that I should remain quiet because I told them I'll not harm anyone. Indeed, I was surprised at the bravery. They were so brave that they were not afraid of me. Later, I was taken to the city where the king lived. Later, what happened? This Gulliver was taken to a city where the king lived. A great cart was made by joining many carts. Hadgadi. Carts means Hadgadi. Many carts were joined and they made a very big cart. 900 men worked for 3 hours to put me on the cart. How many men were working? 900 men were working. Okay, on this. For putting me on the cart, which was drawn by 1500 of the king's finest horses. Now, over there, how many horses were put on to that cart? 1500 horses were there. And it took nearly about 3 hours to put that is to put the Gulliver on that cart. The city was just half a mile away. Where they had to take to the king, that was only a half mile away. But the journey almost took a full day. For them to reach, it was a whole day to carry this giant, this Gulliver on that cart. So my dear children, it's a very good story. Read it. The next part, that is page number 31, we'll do it tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great day.